Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host, LFG, baby! $190 billion Ontario pension says no to crypto after FTX investment loss. Proof of reserves bill passes Texas House of Representatives. And last but not least, more Ripple news. Ripple versus SEC court update. Will the ruling come next week? A little hopium for everybody in this down time. To the market. Crypto market cap sitting at 1.183 trillion. Let's update this just to be 100% sure of what we got going on. 1.183. Bitcoin dominates 45.9%. ETH dominates at 19.4%. And 35 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. Red. That's all you guys need to know. It's red. It's very, very red. With some random outliers here and there. Yeah, guys. We're going down. Where it stops, no one will know. Bitcoin. This is what we've been watching for the last day or two. This is a 1 hour chart. We have been in a descending channel. I mean, this is perfect waves too. Look at this. And we're kind of breaking the mode right here, so we'll see what happens. And I think it was yesterday or the day before I drew this. Let me see what the daily looks like. Give me just a second, guys. Yeah, these are 1, 2, 3. Jeez. All right. Back to the 1 hour. So I drew this potential triangle of this level of resistance. It didn't even become a thing. We continued down. Let me show you guys something though. Delete this. Let me turn off. I'm supposed to have all these already turned off. Anyway, I was going to turn off this wave, but for some reason it says I already have it turned off, but it's showing. Whatever. Let me show you guys something, right? Again, I do have indicators, and it looks crazy. This looks, all these lines, all this stuff. First of all, let me say this before I even go into this. This is not a trading channel. I'm a terrible trader. Don't pay attention to me, as well as this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Trading crypto is heavily volatile, and you can lose everything. Trade at your own risk. Okay, that being said. Don't look at this ribbon. Don't look at the colors. I tell you guys, when I trade very, very simply. Support resistance levels, things like that, patterns. And I know that might sound, and there's a lot of TA guys out there, and I'm not crapping. There's some guys that just kill TA and they do all these swing trades and day trades. I'm just not that guy. I try to keep it as simple as possible. But let me show you guys something. And how powerful just support and resistance levels are, right? Whether you're looking for a potential entry point or to put a stop loss or a take profit, etc., etc. We had this giant, fast, within 1 hour, downward sell-off, right? But where did we bounce? We bounced and we rode this trend line. Or not trend line, excuse me, this support level, right? 29.3. And we played in there. And then we dropped again. And we bounced, first of all, we bounced off of where my buy order, which is a 28.6. I mean, we bounced off of it perfectly, like to a T. Let me zoom in just a little bit too to show you guys what I'm looking at. We bounced off of it right here perfectly, right? And then we came up to that 28.9 level, which has been resistance / support for quite some time. That's why I have this purple box right here. And we rode that. And then we dumped again. And we came right back to my buy order at this 28.6 level. Again, shot right back up to that resistance level of 28.9 and then retraced. And then but got bought back up. Now here again, I'm showing you guys, like, if you look at this, there's not really any in between. They're hitting all of these resistance and support levels. Flew back out past it, got rejected again. But even when it tanked down to my other support level of this 28.413, which was like my no man's land a while back. That's why it's red. Then shot back up to the 28.9 and then came back down and then bounced off of my 27.981. Came back up and then bounced off of it again and turning it into support. This is why I always, I say try and keep it as simple for yourself as possible, guys. These resistance and support levels, they tell the story of where it's going to go, how fast it's going to get there, etc., etc. And it could be wrong and change from time to time, but all I'm trying to say is if you're trading and you're out there doing this thing, just try and keep it as simple as possible, especially if you're new. Just go through the history. Focus on, here, I'll show you. Focus on previous places where the price consolidation, right? This is how you get resistance and support levels. It really isn't rocket science. This is resistance here, support here. It's a big support level, right? So this 27.981, that's a big support level. It bounced off of that area for quite some time, just in that range, right? It's not a perfect number, but you get my point. For quite some time, right? All the way back around here, it was running this. So these are things you look at when you're going, okay, if it tanks, where's it going to go? If it runs, when's it going to stop, etc., etc. And I just kind of want to, there isn't any crazy news going on, right, guys? So I just kind of want to give you that information. But right now, we are in a descending channel. Technically, these will eventually break to the upside, but the question is, how far will it go, right? We seem to be creating some really good support here at that 27.981. We'll just call it 28. We'll call it 28 even, right? We seem to be creating some decent support here, but going into the weekend, it is Friday. We all know how volatile it gets. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if it's going to go up or down, but just pay attention. Next level support is going to be at 27.6. After that, 27.3, so on and so forth. If we break up, look to see if we break past these levels. But yeah, man, that's what we're looking at right now. Nothing exciting, nothing crazy. I mean, we are way oversold, and that's obvious. We'll see what happens. Ethereum broke back into our ascending channel and bounced right off the bottom of it. So again, just keep your eye on it. We'll see where we'll go. Kind of the same thing with Bitcoin. We're back in old support resistance levels, and we'll see where we go. I think we're gonna get a giant move this weekend, and I could be completely wrong. Again, I'm not seeing anything that looks super bullish, to be entirely honest. But with this giant sell-off, it'd be really hard for me to believe that we're gonna go down anymore. But we could, and if we do, I wouldn't be surprised. But I do expect some kind of big move, if not today, sometime this weekend. Because that's usually what happens. Weekends are crazy. All right, let's get you guys on to the news, get you out of here so you go enjoy your weekend and not listen to my dumb rambling butt in my room. All right. $190. Bleh. Yep, there we go. Just did it. Just totally slaughtered it. Just right out of the gate. 190 billion. Ontario pension says no to crypto after FTX investment loss. The pension fund has invested twice in the now bankrupt crypto exchange. Idiots. Once during the peak of the bull run. Idiots. In 2021 and again early in 2022. Well, clearly they don't know what they're doing. Let's get in at the top. The Ontario Teachers Pension Plan has decided to steer its investments away from cryptocurrencies. Maybe they need to get some better traders in there. The decision comes after the OTPP, which manages over $190 billion in assets, lost the entirety of its $95 million investment in crypto exchange FTX after it went bust in November of 2022. Oh my God. OTPP was one of the many backers of the now bankrupt crypto exchange and had invested twice, once during the bull market in 2021 and again during the exchange's series of C funding round in early of 2022. OTPP chief executive Joe Taylor said in an interview with the Financial Times that it'd be unwise for the pension fund to rush into another crypto investment. You think? You clearly don't know what you're doing. Taylor said that they are still processing what happened with the exchange, and they would be much more cautious before investing in emerging assets like digital currencies. The pension fund is responsible for offering pensions to over 330,000 teachers and school workers. This is so sad. Look, this is why, like, I'm always weary of things like 401ks and pensions, whatever, where someone else's, you're leaving the investment strategy up to someone else and in someone else's hands. Rule y'all's own money, guys. That's all I'm saying. It says we took our time and did a lot of due diligence. My ass, you did, on the business, and it didn't turn out the way we thought. We weren't necessarily shown all the information we needed to know to make a balanced decision. How about just look at the market? You bought in at the very peak of the market. Sorry, that's all you needed to know. That's my opinion. Who the hell am I? I'm just a random dude sitting in a room on YouTube. The pension fund is now looking to direct its investments toward more traditional markets such as real estate. I'm laughing because in a recession, in an equities potential pullback, real estate is going to be the last one to show and to pull back. And I got to be honest, I think there's a good correction coming for real estate in the future, near future. So I find it funny that these guys, whoever are running this pension fund, bought in at the top of the crypto market, and now on the tail end of a potential recession, banking collapses, etc., going, oh, well, now that everything is going to shit, we're going to go into real estate right before real estate corrects. You guys, winners. So let me start that over. I'm sorry. The pension fund is now looking to direct its investments toward more traditional markets such as real estate. It is aiming to gain exposure to the private credit sector. Okay. The investment plan provider is looking to invest 10 billion Canadian dollars, 7.4 billion US over the next 3 years to build its portfolio in the aforementioned domains. I would wait about 18 months before we go into real estate to see what's going to happen. Apart from the OTPP, the whatever depot French thing, I'm an idiot, can't read that. The CDPQ, another prominent pension fund, lost its entire investment of 154.7 million in the troubled. No autocorrect on whoever's typing this. The troubled cryptocurrency lender Celsius Network. Oh my God. Celsius one among. I'm sorry, guys. I'm slaughtering this article because this is the most depressing thing I've ever read. Well, that is blowing its way out of proportion, but this is really sad, and there's a lot of things that could have been avoided here. Celsius was among one of the many crypto lenders that went under during the crypto contagion in the second quarter of 2022. The dramatic collapse of FTX at the time, the third largest crypto exchange, had a drastic impact on the entire ecosystem. The confidence of investors and venture capitalists in the crypto ecosystem reached a low point while crypto funding dried up. It also flipped the crypto ecosystem's narrative on mass adoption and attracted regulatory scrutiny from around the world. Well, y'all put all your eggs in one basket. That's kind of like, look, I wasn't in FTX. I didn't get into the hype. I just, look, I got it. When all of these exchanges and ecosystems were offering all of these crazy APYs, I don't know, man. I looked at it, it was just like, that feels shady, man. So I just never got involved. I never got into the staking and the APY stuff. I just didn't. Call me foolish, I guess, but it worked out in my favor. But this is sad. These guys who were ever running this pension fund got into FTX at the top of the market. I got out of the market when Bitcoin was at 64K. Now, I'm not going to toot my own horn and say that was all on my own account. I follow a lot of intelligent traders. And when these intelligent traders that I follow and listen to said they didn't see strength in the market and to get out and wait to see what happens, I did. I had 20x my portfolio and I was like, okay, I am not going to get greedy here. I'm going to wait. I don't mind if I miss another move, you know. I'm doing pretty well. So I got out 64 and we just kept going down, guys. So again, it's not rocket science. It's just not getting greedy. So when all these companies and again these pension funds were jumping into the market at the top, it's like you should know better. Who are your financial advisors? Who are these traders? Who's running all these pension plans? On top of that, now they're talking about getting into real estate. When we're at the beginning, well, the midway through a big recession. Okay, the macroeconomic situation doesn't look good, and they're like, well, let's just get in real estate before it tanks. Right. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go. Let's move on. Proof of reserves bill passes Texas House of Representatives. Digital asset providers would be restricted from commingling customer funds with any other type of operational capital. The Texas House of Representatives approved a bill that would require crypto exchanges to maintain reserves in an amount sufficient to fulfill all obligations to customers on April 20th. Good. Sounds good. I don't know what else is in the bill. Should the bill pass the Senate and receive the governor's signature, it would become law by September 1st. The bill introduces amendments to the Texas Finance Code, namely Section 160. Under the amendments, digital asset providers that serve more than 500 customers in the United States and have at least $10 million of customer funds would be restricted from commingling the customer's funds with any other type of operational capital and using customer funds for any transactions besides the original transaction deemed by the customer. In addition, the provider would have to hold reserves in an amount enough to immediately let all the possible withdrawals. It should also create a plan to allow auditors to review the information made available to the customer. By the 90th day after the end of each fiscal year, an exchange will need to file a report about its outstanding liability to customers with the state banking department. The report should also include an attestation by the auditor. If the provider fails to comply with the requirements, the banking department would have a right to revoke its license. The aftermath of 2022's market failures, Texas took a caution. I'm going to start that one over, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what, I'm worse than usual today. The aftermath of 2022's market failures, Texas took a cautious approach toward crypto. On April 12th, the state Senate approved a bill aimed at removing MOS incentives. I don't even know what that means. For local crypto miners. That doesn't sound bad to me. What do you guys think? Comments down below. I mean, yeah, especially after what we just talked about, what happened with FTX and Celsius. But again, bills are weird. When bills go through Congress, they have all sorts of other shit attached to the main headline. That's what's weird. What else is in that bill? Earmarks, etc., etc. All right, last but not least, guys, let's get you out of here. Ripple versus SEC court update. Will the ruling come next week? That would be rad. That would be a strong hopium for the market, in my opinion. It could potentially launch us out of this rut we're in now. 2 years and 120 days ago. God, has it been that long? The SEC filed what is probably the most significant enforcement action for the crypto industry against Ripple Labs. After years of exchanging arguments and documents, the decision is imminent. According to several legal experts, however, no one knows exactly when the ruling will come. At the same time, the pressure of the United States Southern District Court of New York Judge Annalisa Torres has probably never been higher than it is currently the case. This week's hearing of Gary Gensler before the U.S. Congress showed how deep the rifts are between the SEC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, Congress, and the crypto industry. The trench warfare between the institutions is unlikely to leave Torres unscathed. XRP community attorney John E. Deaton said in a recent update, "I doubt very seriously that Judge Torres has ever felt the pressure that she's feeling right now and raised the bar even higher. This decision is as big as a decision this judge has ever faced. Think about what other decision is as big as this decision when it comes to global trade and finance in modern history. This is the most significant non-fraud SEC enforcement action since 1946. Further, Deaton expressed his understanding that Judge Torres is taking her time with the ruling and carefully weighing every word. If the ruling goes against Ripple, she knows that she is dealing with a conservative court. And if the ruling goes for Ripple, she will have to justify it to all. Verdict for Ripple coming next week. Using previous ruling by Judge Torres, attorney John Deaton and James K. Filan have speculated in the past that a ruling could come no later than the end of April. Anything else would be a surprise to both attorneys. Ashley Prosper, an XRP community member who most recently made headlines with a Freedom of Information Act, an FOIA, request to the SEC about entanglements with JP Morgan, has found yet another argument via Twitter. Prosper wrote that next week will be a very interesting week. At press time, the XRP price was at 47.13 cents. After losing key support at basically 50 cents yesterday, the price continues to hold strong amid the market-wide correction, but needs to regain this level to stop the downtrend. Yeah, dude, don't get... Look, it's funny. I chose this article just to give some hopium to anybody who watches my channel, and I'm reading it getting all like, oh, could this happen? Could this happen? Woohoo! Getting all excited. I sold myself on the article that I chose to read. I don't know, man. If this gets decided and it's favorable for XRP, this could literally spark the next bull run, next bull cycle, and get us out of the rut we're in. How big would that be? And that chart looks bullish, guys. Even though with the downtrend of the market, I mean, look at this. Where is XRP? Let's do this. Here we go. Just before I get you guys out of here, why not? Whew, we're losing a lot of key levels. But, no pun intended. All right, so we're gonna draw a line right here. Just make it yellow so we can focus on it. So 1 hour, let's look at this on 4. I'll tell you what. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Blood Diamond drop support, right? And we're grabbing support right here. Curious. I know I'm not talking, I'm sorry guys. I'm just kind of trying to grasp what I'm staring at. That's dog shit, that's nothing. Okay. We are looking at strong support between 41 to 46.6, where we're at right now. There's all sorts of good support levels here. So I'm not too freaked out. This chart looks very healthy. I mean, we had a nice giant run. a little bit of pullback, consolidation, and now this is just due to Bitcoin BS. We're finding a nice support level here, like I said, this 46.6, somewhere in there. I would be honest, if we break 44.5, buy. I'll start filling bags. If we break 40, I am filling bags. That is what I would be doing, or probably will be doing if it goes lower. I got a strong feeling it's not going to, unless we get some crazy wick candle and we get bought back up. But okay, the whole point of me looking at this right now, this chart looks healthy. It looks very healthy, in my opinion. But again, who am I? I don't know shit about trading. I am not a good trader at all. Don't listen to me. I'm just rambling. And if we get a decision next week, Deaton saying by May 6th, I mean, yeah, we could be off the races. It's not very far away, guys. We're showing potential bottoms right here. Yeah, doesn't look bad. What else we got going on? No. I'm reading this, guys. Sorry. Yeah, dude. I'm selling myself on May 6th. I don't know, man. It looks healthy. I'm not upset to start. I would be filling orders anywhere between this 44 and 40, personally. Continuing to build my bag. Yeah, and if we break below 30 or below 40, absolutely, I'm filling bags. Let's look at Bitcoin one last time before I get you guys out of here. Hey, we are touching the top of the descending channel right now as we speak. Let's see if we get a breakout. Keep your guys' eye on that. This is the hourly chart. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. A lot of rambling. I apologize. Per usual, if you guys enjoy the content I provide here on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I do post a video, watch, like, and share all the videos on your social channels. And I apologize for slaughtering everything I've said today and jumbling my words, but maybe that's why you guys watch, because I sound like an idiot. Outside of that, guys, I'll see you bright and early Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out of here.